afternoon, Slumby here. I want to talk about Matt Barnes for a minute. He has created a scholarship for black men, children that have been killed by the police. And he called a rally and he had 200 to 300 people there. And he had Stephon Clark's son there with him. And he said that something has to be done about these killings, and no one has any answers. And he just, he was there. He created something. He said, I'm going to put my money somewhere that's going to help somebody. Somebody's got to do something. Okay, so the family has got a separate autopsy for Mr. Clark. And what they found is the autopsy says that it shows that the statements that the police made saying where he was located was inconsistent. He was not running towards them. He got shot in the back. So the police station is still waiting on the county coroner to turn in the autopsy. So both autopsies should be saying the same thing. If the coroner's autopsy says something else, then you know what time it is. That's what's going on. Here are some of the rallies. Take a look and I'll be right back.
Of the 20 bullets police fired at Stephon Clark, 8 hit his body, according to an independent autopsy performed for Clark's family by pathologist Bennett Omalu, who says 7 of the shots came from behind.
Each and every one of the wounds independently possessed a fatal capacity.
Omalu says his conclusion is supported by video from a law enforcement helicopter that captured the shooting with a heat-detecting camera.
The first shot he received would be number 7 to the left side and back of his chest. And the proportion of the bullet and the injuries caused made him shove him around, and he turned around, and his back was facing the officers.
The same video viewed by others can seem to suggest that Clark was moving toward the officers. The day after the shooting, the police department said in a statement, the suspect turned and advanced toward the officers while holding an object which was extended in front of him. The officers believed the suspect was pointing a firearm at them. In a city where tension over the killing has been rising for almost 2 weeks now, the independent autopsy is certain to fuel more anger and present yet another challenge for Sacramento's first African-American police chief, Daniel Hahn, less than a year on the job.
This is a huge test for you. Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. This is a huge test, not just for me, but for our entire department and for our community. Because if all this stays as a tragedy and we don't get better as a community, as a police department, then it stays solely a tragedy, and that in itself is a tragedy.
The Sacramento Police Department says it will not comment on the independent autopsy until it receives the official autopsy report from the county coroner. John Blackstone, Sacramento.
And to add to this story, a delivery nurse in Sacramento had tweeted that Stephon Clark deserved to die for being stupid. And a Sacramento hospital called that hospital and she was fired. So watch what you tweet. When you're at work, be careful because it can get you fired. And Matt Barnes is saying that it's not about white and black. It comes down to right and wrong. The Stephon Clark family says, let's not forget the call for police reform. Now, I want to talk about police reform because I took a criminal justice class last year. And that's mainly what we were studying, that there has to be a lot of police reform that hasn't been done. And we don't know when it's going to get to that. When is the government going to plan on reforming the police departments and making sure that people are doing their jobs correctly? Because when people are not doing their jobs correctly, then people get shot and killed. And the percentages of murders that the police departments are, these accidents or these so-called racial situations are happening too much. So the statistics are going up and up and up. And when you have a large number of people getting injured by the police departments, you might want to go ahead on and start focusing on reform. Because here's another young man who's lost his life. And it's not fair. If the government has been working or talking about there's a need for police reform, it should be happening right now. Again, like, share, subscribe, Salon B. Have a great day. All right, I'm back. There are a lot of fake leaders. Al Sharpton showed up. There are a lot of people that are really angry about these unarmed shootings, and it's getting out of hand. It's heating up. It's been a week and it's been heating up. So let's keep talking about this. Let's keep watching this, and we can only know what's going to happen. But I will say this. Didn't they say the same thing about Michael Brown, that he advanced towards Darren Wilson? Didn't they say that? I've heard that before. Let's keep talking about it. Put down what you remember and why we keep hearing that these unarmed black men are running at police officers as if they want to commit suicide. Why would somebody run towards you if you have a gun? Only time someone will run towards you if they don't know that you have one. Wow. So, like, share, subscribe. Salon B. Have a great day.